I want to talk about Rickey Smiley. We put out a video about Marvin Sapp. Let's go to Rickey Smiley.
Live from Disney. We talked about this morning. Marvin Sapp is coming on the show Monday.
Oh, wow. So he's going to have Marvin Sapp on the show on Monday, guys. He's walking and talking, so the audio might be a little jacked up. For those that don't know, Marvin Sapp recently he went viral due to a sermon that he gave. Everybody run your pockets. We need $40,000 today. And a lot of people, he got a lot of backlash from that, and people are very upset. So here goes Rickey Smiley with his take on it. Let's listen to a little bit of Rickey.
And how are you? Oh, thank you so much. I think my followers gonna make jokes about it, but I appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I know y'all gonna crack on my shirt. I want to say this.
That shirt is loud. It's so loud, I don't even want to do it. It's loud.
and just tell you why this bothered me. I understand everybody have an opinion on tithes and offering and how it was done, but here's the problem. One thing I hate lies, and I hate liars. Y'all know damn well that man didn't say nothing about lock.
I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
The word
Hold on, man. You said close the door 4 times.
lock means don't let in, don't let out.
Okay.
Close means you can go out if you want. The pastor asks you not to go out.
What? It means do not go out, do not come in, right? Same thing, ain't it? So he's not kidnapping. He was just holding them against their will. He's just trying to make it uncomfortable for them to leave. Is that it? Oh, that's much better, Rickey. So instead of catching the charge, he just needs everybody to leave his church immediately. Because he want to make you feel uncomfortable unless you do what he wants you to do.
And if you choose to go out, you can go out. Or if you snatch the door and the ushers are at the door, you can go in. Okay? Y'all told a damn lie. You love to tear people down by lying on them and without clear context.
Now, what are you saying without clear context? The context is he asked people for money, then he told them to close the door, which is sort of like an intimidation tactic, I feel. I feel like that was an intimidation tactic to not allow those people to feel like they could leave. Why else would you say that? Why would you tell somebody shut that door unless what you're talking about is private? Like, I can see if you had a private conversation with somebody, this is closed doors type of situation. I get that. But this is in front of a congregation who he just asked for money. Nah, Rickey, you know, Rickey, you tripping.
Nobody from that church or that was in that congregation complained. And every pastor that I seen or talked to didn't have no issue with it.
You did? Okay. Well, I'm not in that church, but I do content and I talk about things that happen in the world. And unlike you, I'm unbiased because I'm not friends with Marvin Sapp. And I say that what Marvin Sapp did looked very bad. It looked like conduct unbecoming of a pastor. That's how it's taken by the general public for a reason. Not everybody feels that way. I'm sure there's some people that like all types of stuff. Some people like to be tied up and beat with a stick, and they get pleasure from it. Some people like beating people with sticks, and they get pleasure from that. We're not here to judge what other people's feelings are. What we're saying is it's a consensus. We have deemed what he done to be unsavory and to fall into all the stereotypes of money-grubbing ass pastors. That's what the people generally have deduced it. Okay? You ain't got to agree, But then again, I feel that you're a compromise.
You took one clip and made whatever you wanted to make out of, which was a damn lie. Because Locke is kidnapped.
Why are you still talking about that part? Why are you still talking about that? Why don't you talk about the money? Talk about why he wanted to lock the door. Okay, he wanted to close the door. Okay, he wanted to close the door. He wanted to shut the door. He said it like 4 times, but okay. To you, it didn't mean nothing. Do you think it's appropriate for him to do what he did? It's very simple. Let's get to it, Ricky.
Close the door. And let me say this right here. And I said this on the radio show. This is what I said on the radio show. Stop lying on people. Stop talking. Look at all the blogs.
Man, you're taking a long time to say something other than that. How many minutes he been talking? He's been talking for 7 minutes. Okay, it's almost 3 minutes. Ricky, give us another point, brother.
And all of the stories talking about he said lock the door. He didn't say no damn lock.
See, when this is called filibuster, Ricky. This is what you call filibustering, Ricky. When you really don't have a leg to stand on, you got one little point, like maybe somebody used the word but. You said they should have used the word and or some other way to express themselves. And then you try to say that changes the whole complexion of the conversation. Actually, it does not change anything, really, because you're still talking about keeping people where they are. However you accomplish that. I felt that's part of the problem. That's not the whole problem. If he would have said close the doors, I'm giving y'all some money, nobody would even talk about him saying close the doors. If he just said close the doors, someone here wants to share something private. We don't want anybody else to hear it. See, context, those are context cues that you should be exploring in your commentary. But you're not doing that, Ricky. Come on, Rick, when are you just going to admit you are what you are? I'm covering this, Ricky, because I already know that you're not really in a position to give a productive commentary on this subject. But I also want people to know there were some people that were dumb enough to listen to you when it came to their election. Yeah. There were some people that were foolish enough, I feel, that they thought that you had something important to say in regards to electing a president. Bro, you're not even qualified to give a commentary on how somebody should articulate themselves to a congregation. Like, come on, man. But you want to weigh in on who should be the commander-in-chief of the United States of America and then ridicule others who don't agree with you? Your earlier rants and your political advocacy for Kamala Harris was pretty much like you're taking up for Marvin Sapp, not based in reality, and you just siding with whoever your friends are. In fact, one of your reasons for supporting Kamala was something stupid and self-serving, like, when my son passed, she called me. That's a reason why somebody should become the president of the United States of America. As if that had a bearing on anything at all. It did not. You're doing the same thing with him and Marvin Sapp. I talked to some people in his church. You can't admit that this is not a good PR look. This gives people the bad impression of the black church. It'd have been better that Marvin not put that in his sermon. It'd be better if Marvin, and if he had a different way of articulating himself, maybe he should have done that at the time. But see, folks, that's why I want to cover Ricky, because Ricky's not an advocate that you should listen to on anything important. I think he's better if he's just doing jokes. Ricky, here's what you do, fam. And I mean this respectfully, fam. Go get that wig, go get that dress, and do that. Do the jokes. Do the jokes. And look, I know I'm going to sound bad. I'm going to sound like they told LeBron, Harry, shut up and dribble. I know y'all going to say that, but this is what I'm saying. I'm right. I'm right. Because he don't mean what he's saying. He's not saying anything. He's only commenting. He going to support his friends at the peril of everybody else. He going to support the people that's going to help put money in his pocket at the peril of everyone else. He don't care what happened to us. He care about what happened to him. That person needs to just shut up and do comedy. Because he's not doing this in the right, I don't feel he's doing it under the right cause, a just cause. I'm not getting nothing out of this. Nobody gonna give me money for this. I'm not getting paid by some people that don't like Rickey. I'm not getting paid by people that do like Marvin Sapp or don't like Marvin Sapp. There's no job opportunity I'm being offered or I'm losing. I'm just saying there's no conflict of interest with any story I cover. Any story that I cover. No conflict of interest. Rickey has had conflict after conflict after conflict of interest. And he never tells you that going in. And that's the problem, Rickey Smiley. We ain't gonna spend much longer on it. We'll let him have the last word. Maybe he'll prove me wrong in the next 30 seconds.
You're a lie and a dog. And you're a dog for lying. I'm gonna follow y'all. I said, you're a lie and you're a dog. And you just lied.
See, he just spent half of his 30 seconds calling everybody else liars and dogs. That's what he just did. 15 more seconds, Rickey.
Locking the door and closing the door. And let me add this. There are certain part of the church service that is sacred, where the doors are supposed to be closed. Tithes and offering. When someone is praying, when the pastor is taking his text, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, during a baptismal, but there are certain parts of the church service sorry about that. There are certain parts of the church service that is sacred.
So that was sacred what he was doing. He was saying he needed $40,000 that day. That was sacred. Okay, I think that's all we need to hear, Rickey. Thank you, brother. Good up for Rickey Smiley, ruining all his credibility of anybody who had any left for him, that is. Yep. It is what it is. Yeah, our friends can do the wrong thing sometimes. It's okay for a friend to do the wrong thing. You could just say, hey, man, my friend did what my friend did, that's my man. I wish he wouldn't have done it like that, because I disagree with him on that thing, man, but I love him, man. I know it's hard. He's a good dude, man. He loves his people, and I don't think he meant no harm in it. And it's for a good cause. And it's unfortunate people kind of ran with that because I don't think that's who he really is, Hope he speaks to it on Monday and clears this all up. In and out. Not Rickey, y'all some lying dogs. Y'all ain't no good, and you did it, all this unnecessary. He went to the Roland Martin School. The Roland Martin School of Political Advocacy and Pop Culture, Black Culture Awareness, where you just name call everybody and pretend that they don't know anything, and you know everything. Let me get Rickey out of here. Bye, Rickey. Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.